Hi, how are we doing? Danny Harris here, Explosive Golf Marketing. This video is specifically for golf coaches who are looking to generate more revenue without doing too much more work and without changing a great deal of what they do. And I'm going to reveal to you in this video the one thing that I do with golf coaches that will fill up your, or certainly it will grow your golf coaching sales immensely for just 1 day a month of work. Now, just before I explain to you what that one thing is, I want to tell you how I sort of arrived at this, understanding this system. You see, in the last 12 years or so, I have basically dedicated my whole life to learning everything I can possibly learn about marketing and sales and how to sell things more to people and market to people. And I've sort of obviously learned from some very big names. There are some globally famous marketing people who, if you were in the world of marketing, you would understand their names. There's people like Frank Kern and Dan Kennedy and Nigel Bottrell, and the list kind of goes on. And there's many of these people, and basically very similar to golf, there's only a certain number of ways you can actually do things. So just because if you're giving a golf lesson, for example, you're not reinventing the golf swing. You kind of understand the golf swing, so you just put your twist on it and adapt it to the individual person that is having the lesson to try and get it somewhere near to what you kind of perceive as being the ultimate golf swing, I guess, is the plan. So what I did in this time is I just learned all of this stuff from these people and I adapted it into my kind of golf system, put a bit of a golf twist on it, and as a result I fill up lots and lots of golf lessons for golf coaches. But there's one way of really getting the maximum out of a day's golf coaching without putting a great deal of effort in. Now, I've come to this just, I'm actually at my mother's house today. I've come to have lunch with her after I've spent a morning with my golf coach having some lessons myself. He's also somebody that I work with, and he's somebody that I've used this system with, and it helps him every month to fill up a whole day of golf coaching at a much greater rate than he would normally charge. So I'm going to just cut to the chase and explain this to you very, very briefly. It's very simple to do. There's a couple of bits you're going to have to learn that won't take you very long at all, and you will have to invest a small amount of money into this. When I say a small amount of money, it could be 20, 30, maximum £50, but let me explain it to you. Okay, now, my very vague straw poll that I've done around the UK, the average price of a golf lesson seems to be about £40, something like that, for an hour. Now, I think that's far too low for people, and you should up your price anyway, but we'll leave that side for another story. But for now, we'll just talk about how you can generate a load of money in 1 day's golf coaching and put on a fantastic event for people. So this is the plan. If it's £40 on average for a golf lesson, and let's say you're a golf coach and you want to work 6 hours a day, maybe 7 hours a day, what's that going to equate to? 240 odd pounds a day, is it something like that? 7 fours and all the rest of it, which is not bad money, but you've got to find 7 people to come along for 7 hours, and you know it's quite a long day for you to make that kind of money. So, but it's nice money if you can fill up your days, obviously. But there's a much easier way of doing things. You see, as a customer of golf coaches, I am not a golf professional, and I don't claim to be. If you saw my golf, you'd understand that. But if you could get, let's say, £500 for 4-5 hours work, I'm guessing that would appeal to most golf coaches out there. Now, this is the way we do it. What you need to present is a better package for someone. You see, £40 for an hour, yeah, that's okay, but I'm going along, I'm doing an hour of golf with a pro, yeah, good, you know, but all the rest of it, but it's only an hour with a pro, and I will make some, you know, some improvements in that time, presumably, but it's not a real event for me. However, what I would enjoy, and what people do enjoy, is a whole day of golf, or certainly a good chunk of hours of golf, 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever it happens to be. So this is what you need to do. Okay, here comes the secret of how you do this. You put together a golf day boot camp. Now, some people do this in 4 hours, some people do it 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever it happens to be. You come up with a plan. You also need to come up with what happens at the boot camp. So let's suppose we say some people do a short game boot camp where there'll be obviously various sections of short game, from putting to chipping to pitching to bunker shots and whatever else you come up with. You know far more about these things than I do. You could do a full day of, you could start, you know, with short game, then go on to mid irons and longer irons and finish up with a driver, and then have a 9-hole playing course management section or whatever it happens to be. But you come up with this package. Now, when people attend a lesson that is going to be for 4, 5 or 6 hours, they are obviously expecting to pay more money, because they are now going for a day's golf. You know, it's like if you go and play golf for a day, you're going to pay more than you are for an hour's lesson, obviously, or most people sort of would perceive that as being the case. So what you need to do is put together your your boot camp day. Now, when you've got your boot camp day put together, you're looking to get 5 people on your boot camp. Okay, you're also going to charge £130 per person. Now, £130 or dollars, whichever the equivalent is in whichever country you happen to be in. If you're charging £130 per person, times that by 5, that's going to give you £650 for a day. Okay, not bad money. If we could make £500 in a day, I'm sure we'd be very happy. So, how are you going to get these people? Well, here's how you do it, and here's kind of the real secret. What you do is you want 5 people to pay for your event, but you're going to have 6 people attend your event. Okay? How does that work? Quite simple. You need to run a competition that somebody can win a place at your golf boot camp day. Now, if you run a Facebook competition, if you've got a Facebook page, if you haven't, start one. It's really easy. It's very simple to do. Get a few people on there. Once you've put on this competition as a post onto Facebook, spend a little bit of money advertising it. Okay? When you do this, the most important thing is you capture the data and the information of the people who want to enter the competition. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. Option 1 is, if you've got a website for your golf coaching, or your golf club's prepared to give you a page, talk to your web guy and he can build for you what they call an opt-in page. Okay, you will have seen these all over the place. It's a web page you click on, and all it says is first name, email address. That's all you need from people. The more information you ask from them, the less they're going to give you. Okay, so you get them to do this. If you haven't got a website, you can use what they call a Facebook lead advert. So when you go to the advert section of Facebook, there's a bit that says lead. What kind of advert do you want? Go for lead ad. Follow the steps, and you ask those questions, and the information is stored within Facebook that you can then get out of Facebook at a later date. So when you've run your advert, you've now caught these leads. All of these people who you now have their details have basically put their hand up and said, you know what, I want what you're selling. I want to come to your golf day boot camp, whatever it happens to be. But what you now do is, because these people have said this, they must be interested, because no one's going to enter a competition for a golf boot camp day that doesn't. So nobody's going to enter who isn't interested in going to a boot camp day. So what do we do now? And the flash has just gone off as well. There we go. Yeah, so these people have now connected. What you then do with the follow-up, you have to draw a winner. So someone will win this prize, okay? If you put this event out for, let's say, a month from now, whatever it happens, however far in advance you want to do it, get it all booked in with the club and all of that sort of stuff, then give everyone a follow-up message, be it an email. You can do this by text message, you can do however you capture their information. There's lots of ways of doing it. You can buy a used mobile phone, or you can get a pay-as-you-go mobile phone in the UK on EE for 87 pence. If you need to, get people to text this number for their chance to win. So that's another way of capturing their data. All the people that enter, once you've drawn your winner, or even before you draw your winner, you can offer people an early booking discount. So you say, let's say the event is 4 weeks away. If you book in the next 2 weeks, the price is £130. You can have it for £99 or dollars, whatever your currency happens to be. So they get a discount for booking early. One of the keys is, once that deadline passes, you cannot get it at the discounted rate. If you let them do that, then the next time you want to run this event, you won't have any credibility in it at all. So get your early booking offer out. Now you don't just send it once. You send it once, a couple of days later, send them a message. There's only 5 days to go till that deadline passes. 3 days to go. This is the last day. You will need to send multiple follow-up messages reminding people, because people will want to do it but just won't be in the right place to do it at the time. They might be in the shop when they see your email and they don't think about doing it, and so on. You then will fill up hopefully with your early bird, early booking discount people, will fill up your short game day. You've then got 5 people attending a short game day, paying £100 each. It might have cost you £50 at the most in Facebook advertising if you've done it correctly, and then you've got £500 for a day's golf coaching that could be 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, however long you want to make it. If you want to get really fancy, buy people lunch as well, give them coffee and a bacon roll on arrival, whichever add-ons you want to add. The more add-ons, the more you will be able to charge people, the more value it's got, so people will be prepared to pay more for it. Make it a great event for people. People will genuinely want to come to something that is a whole day of them learning to play better golf, and they can walk away a better golfer. Now, if you follow these steps, you will fill up one of these boot camp days. You can do this as often as you like. One of the guys I work with, he's doing one next month. He's doing an elite one in the morning and a beginners or a higher handicappers event in the afternoon. So he's doing 2 of these in one day. He's going to be clearing £1,000 in a day just because we've gone through this process. Obviously, you take off the price of the Facebook advertising, let's say £50. Not a great deal of money, because if you said to me, I'll give you £50 and you give me 500 back, I'm going to take that as an offer. All right, you've got to do the work of the day. And then obviously you've got one person coming as a freebie. And that is very simply how you can fill up a boot camp day within your coaching business and make lots of revenue for your business in one day without a great deal of effort. Now, I hope that makes sense. I have rambled a little bit. I hadn't planned this video at all. As I say, I'm having lunch with my mother and I was just having a conversation with her, and she asked me how I do these things. So I explained it to her, and I just suddenly thought, well, why don't I tell everybody how to do it? Because if you guys can help to get more business, then it's going to be better for all of us. Obviously, the more golf grows, the more we all sort of benefit. But as I say, I hope it makes sense to you. If you have any questions on this, please leave a comment wherever you see this, whether it be on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever it happens to be. And I'll promise you, I will get back to you as soon as I can, and I'll answer any questions you might have. And I really would be interested for you to try this. Let me know how you get on with it, and hopefully I'll have lots of positive responses from it in the very near future. That's all I've got for you today. Sorry if I rambled a bit, but I thought it was quite important to get this across to you guys. Okay, I hope you're well. I'll see you on the next video. I'm off for my lunch with my mum. Bye.